All right, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're looking at what might be the nicest bike rack I have ever tested. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So right in front of me here, we have the Saris SuperClamp is what we have in front of me here. And this is the SuperClamp 4 we have specifically. So this rack here, probably the nicest bike rack I've ever used in my life. It feels amazing. It works great. And we're going to show you all about that today. Now, I thought about doing a video kind of like I do with most of my racks. And, you know, install it, show you how it goes in, load some bikes on it, go for a drive around the block, and then come back and tell you what I thought. You know, go, oh, it's a good rack. It's all this. Except I'm bored of that. I don't really feel like doing that today. Today, we're going to put the SuperClamp rack. We're going to have to do some work for us today. We got a lot of bikes we got to move, and I'll show you in a minute what we got to move today. We have, I think, 9 bikes we got to move today. So we have quite a bit of work to do. And this rack is going to help us do it all. So this rack does come in a 4-bike, which we have right here, of course. It also comes in a 2-bike version, which you just need 2 bikes carried around. Great rack for that here. You know, let's go get this installed on the Bronco. 2-inch hitch receiver, need the Bronco. Let's get this guy on there. All right, so this rack is the easiest rack I've ever installed. No tools required, has a locking pin, anti-rattle, all the good stuff, all built in. So, let's pop this pin off of here. So looking at this pin, well, that's kind of a small pin, and that's because this pin really isn't doing that much work with this rack. It just kind of is like a safety. Kind of the same deal as another rack we just recently tested out where, yeah, the pin is kind of more of a safety. The anti-rattle mechanism in here is really what holds this rack into the hitch. So, pull the pin out. Got that all set. From there, we just grab our rack, go lift it up, put it in our 2-inch receiver. And oh no, it hit the spare tire. This happens all the time for me. You know, those of us with spare tires, we have this problem where bike racks don't fit because there's spare tires in the way. So many people, you know, there's very, very few of these vehicles out there. Jeeps, Broncos, RAV4s, I think still. There's a couple. Not very many that'll have a spare tire anymore. However, this rack, they thought of it and they fixed it. They made a solution. And that's that. If you grab this handle on the back, you lift this handle up. It's going to allow it to tip. And it tips at about a 45-degree angle. And with that 45-degree angle, you can now fully insert the rack into your 2-inch receiver without it getting in the way of the spare. Freaking genius, man. Genius. I wish more people came up with that. So once you have it kind of slid in, we just got to line up our hole down here on the bottom. Just got to get lined up. There we go. Get our pin and our lock here. The lock is a little tricky, but once you get the hang of it, not a big deal. You just kind of got to put it in, and then it pretty much locks into a notch there. So you can see we missed the notch on that one. So let's try again here. And there you go. You have the pin in. Rack's installed. Except we're still loosey-goosey, right? So that's where this part on the end comes in. This little knob right here. This knob, we're just going to tighten it up. Just turn it to tighten. That's all you got to do. And we're just going to tighten that guy up until realistically it stops, which isn't that long. That's about right there. That feels pretty good. There you go, about right there. Then if we come up here, you can see that rack is solid in there. It is not moving on that 2-inch receiver. We can always give it a wiggle here. And we can come down here, try and tighten it just a little more if it has anything. In this case, that is tight. That is not going anywhere. So, got that all built in. No tools required to put that rack on. Then we're ready to load bikes. Just lift that handle, drop it down. We're ready to load bikes on there. From there, easy. You could also come here, once you have bikes on, if you need to access to the back, you can drop that down right there, lower your tailgate, get into the back, whatever you need to do. Then once you're all set, you just lift it back up, clicks right back in place, and then you can click it up one more so you can transport it and you're all set to go. So, got the rack on the truck. It's time to go start doing some work here. Let's go show you what we got to load on here and what we're going to do with all these bikes, with these 9 bikes we got to load and do some work with today. All right, so back here is where we really kind of got our bike problem here. So here's 3. So we got 1, 2, 3. And then if we come over here, we got some more. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's it. Yes, that's it. So we got 9 bikes back here that we need to get rid of. Essentially what we're doing here. Not really getting rid of them. It's pretty much when I was at Kiwanis for their biggest little bike sale they had at the beginning of May. Great sale, by the way, if you've never been. I was talking to them and I said, hey, you guys take bike donations, right? And they said, yeah, we definitely do. And I was like, doesn't matter what kind of condition they're in or anything about that. And they said, no, we'll take them as long as they're not an e-bike. That's where they're going. We're going to donate all of these to Kiwanis in Sparks, Nevada. They do bike education, teach kids how to ride bikes, teach people how to work on bikes, and then, of course, get these bikes in the hands of people that will actually use them and then eat them. And most of these are kids' bikes. I think almost all of them are kids' bikes except for that one. So it's going to go in the hands of kids. They're going to be able to ride these bikes and get going with them. So I think this is the perfect way to use the Saris SuperClamp right there. Just to bring these bikes down there, get them donated, get them in the hands of kids that are actually going to use them. And yeah, people that are actually going to be able to get them into the hands of kids. But before you ask, no, I'm not giving them to anybody of you guys. I've tried offering them before to people kind of around in my local groups that I know. And I've gotten rid of a couple, probably about 3 of them. And yeah, it tells you how many bikes I actually have. But this is kind of what I'm left with. So these ones, we're going to clear out the back here. We're going to clear them out so we can start hoarding all over again, I guess. Because this isn't organized. This is hoarding. Organized stuff is not hoarding. It's collecting. So this is hoarding. So let me throw you guys on the tripod. I'll start grabbing these bikes. We'll start loading them up right up here on the SuperClamp. I'll show you guys how simple this rack is and why this is the nicest bike rack that I have used. It is pretty amazing how nice it is. So let's get some bikes loaded on here. Okay, so let's get this rack down first. Easiest part. I'm going to go ahead and undo all the little ratchets here. Ratchets we can just kind of tuck underneath. Like that. We're just going to get them all out of the way. That way you can just boom, 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 load as many bikes as we can, as quick as we can. One more ratchet here. All right. We're ready to throw some bikes on. So with bike racks, you want to load the heaviest bike on the first rack, the one closest to the vehicle. So we're going to grab this adult bike over here. All right, first bike here. Got the adult bike. Some of these bikes may be familiar to some of you if you watched my channel for a while. I've done videos on most of these bikes. Just get this guy loaded. Front tire in the tray. Pedal around so our pedals aren't a spare tire. Just like that. And this is the easy part. This is the SuperClamp. So you grab this arm here. You can pull it out. Just like that. Goes up to this, right? Goes up to about a 45-degree angle. And it will suck in on that tire. And you just come here and you just give it a couple pushes to lock it in. And you can see, even with just that guy is locked in. These tires are not full at all. So you can see we're locked in there. Then you just come back here, throw a strap through. Just like that. And the straps have the best thing I've ever seen. They have a little hook. So you hook the tail of the straps. One of my biggest pet peeves is the straps, man. And there you go. We have one bike loaded up on there. And obviously, like I said, no air in the tire. Very little air in the tire. So it's gonna move a little. It's because there's no air in the tire, man. All right. If we click it down, another one. Another one. Oh, there we go. That's better. All right. One bike. I like to do the bikes with pegs, I think. And kind of the nice thing with this, got a little 20-inch here with fenders. Doesn't even matter. Fenders don't matter on these because it clamps to the front of the tire, right? So fenders don't matter at all. It just clicks right on in there. And then you got shorter wheelbase. This whole strap moves. You can slide it on forward with a shorter wheelbase and then just throw a strap through. This one's got all flat tires, man. All right. Whoop. Oh, is the peg gonna get in the way? Okay, there we go. I say I hadn't tried it with pegs. All right. There we go. Slide that guy forward. Throw a strap through. All right, same deal. Just throw it right on. Whoop. Grab our hook around the peg. Front brake's gonna get in the way on this one, isn't it? Let's see. Just a little lower. Right there. All right, so if we go ahead, give everything kind of shake test, those are all good. One of the nice things about this, if you're worried about your bike getting stolen, there are lock cylinders in each one of these clamps. You can lock them, and no one's gonna be able to pull that lever to get the bike off, because they can't squeeze it through here. It's not gonna come loose at all. There's no way anybody can just come up, pull the lever, even though you gotta push it in and pull the lever to get it off. Nobody's gonna come pull your bike off your rack. Kind of all integrated into here. Kind of a nice way too. So you can lock them if you feel like it. In this case, if someone really feels the need to take one of these off on our drive down there, they need it more than I do, apparently. So I will be okay with that. There we go. All right. So we got 4 out of 9 on there, right? So there's those. So now we still have 5 more back here. There we go. Perfect. All right, I feel pretty good about that. Gonna go lift this up. Oh. All right, 4 steel bikes, man. Whew. Okay. These guys, those are all good. I got strapped through this. This isn't going anywhere. That bike's gonna rattle some, but it's not gonna pop out, so I'm okay with that. Everything else has a strap through it. Okay. All right, I think we're good. I think I'm good to put this thing to use. So, I mean, it holds the bikes really well. So, yeah, I'm not worried about them. They're all gonna stay right where they're supposed to, right where they are. And get us down into Sparks. So you can donate all these. Now, are they open? Yes, they're just about to open. All right, perfect. Cool. Let's go close everything up. Let's go take these bikes, give them to a good home. All right, swapped cameras. Got my drink because it's freaking hot today. And we got like 20-minute drive down into Sparks. So got a bit of a way to go, but rack looks good. Everything's got them all on there solid. I'm not even remotely worried about anything on here. Oh, I did forget that strap though. Hold up. Got a water bottle holder I put this in. There we go. All right, let's see. I forgot to. Here's those strap holders here. These guys right here, you just pop the strap right on in there. And if it's a little loose, you can just push it up from the bottom. And it holds onto it that way. But that keeps the strap from just all under here. Makes it look really good. There we go. Oh, don't forget my water. All right. Okay. I think we're all good here. It's good. Feels good. Feels good. And I really like this because it doesn't even care if the tires are flat. I was worried I was gonna have to put some air into all these tires to get them on here. Doesn't even care. Holds them just as secure. Okay, they'd probably be a little more secure if the bike tires were full, but not bad. Not bad for what they are. All right, look at that. I got space between the spare tire. Perfect. All right, that guy's not going anywhere. Okay, this one's the only one doesn't have a strap on it, so it might go bloop, 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 bloop. I'm debating putting that strap through the wheel, but I don't think so. I don't want to do that. I think we're good. All right, let's go down. Let's go drop these guys off. See how the rack does on the freeway. I'm gonna say I've already tested it on the freeway. It works really well, but I'll show you guys. It barely moves. I mean, you can kind of see back there a little bit. It's really hard to tell which bike's which bike when there's that many bikes back there, but it's back there, trust me. So let's go. Let's get out of here. All right, let's go figure out where to drop these off, but there they are. All perfect. All right, let's go drop these off and let's get headed back. All right, all dropped off. Worked good. Pretty happy with that. Like I said, it's hot. Oh, my key's not in there. Whew. All right. Rack did good. Let's get it home. Wasn't that bad. That rack makes it just easy to unload all these bikes. Like, it's not like it's a pain in the butt or anything to get them on and off. There's really one strap on the rear wheel and then that front clamp, and then you're good. All right, let's get back home. We'll talk about this rack. Let you know my thoughts on the Saris SuperClamp bike rack. All right, so new day here. The audio on my last clip got messed up, so here we are recording this again. And honestly, it's pretty easy to talk about because this is the best bike rack I have ever used. And really, let's go over some of the key points of really what makes this one of the best bike racks I've ever used. Not even one of, the best bike rack I've ever used. First off, fits with spare tires. Vehicles with spare tires, it's gonna fit no problem. Because of that capability of putting out a little bit of an angle, having that extra little slot there that puts it just far enough back that it'll clear a spare tire. For me, in my book, with a vehicle with a spare tire that has done multiple different rack reviews, that is a huge game changer for me. Something I really appreciate. One of the biggest reasons, one of the huge reasons why this rack is the best one I've used. Along with that, it covers some of my little pet peeves. Like I talked about, one of my pet peeves is these straps, these tails on these straps. Like to flap around, especially when you have kind of a road bike tire in there and this is kind of tight. This strap likes to flap around. Having this little catch right there where it just kind of pops right in and holds that tail nice and secure and kind of keeps it out of the way. That's really cool. Just a little feature there that you would never think about, but you wish that every rack incorporated it because it's so cool, because it just works. And it just makes everything look so much neater, so much quieter. It's great. Along with that, the capability of these clamps here. Of course, the super clamps themselves right here. These guys, easily adjustable. You just open them up and they go back in themselves. Clamp down on the tire. Doesn't matter if your tire's full of air, low on air, whatever size tire you have, it's gonna fit in there. And there's other things that we didn't have to adjust on this rack. You can move this wheel tray right here based on the size of the wheel you have. So you can move this forward or back based on different things on your bike. In our case, we try this with 26-inch. I've tried this with 27.5. I've done 29er. I've done 20s, and I've never had to touch it. It just works right out of the box where it is. Kind of hard to beat that as the case. The other thing is, once you fold this thing up, there's no rattles that come from this. It's actually a ridiculously quiet rack when it's just on the back of your vehicle. And that's something I noticed on the way back with that empty rack, empty load, all the way from Kiwani's back to my house, was it didn't make any noise. It was almost like it wasn't there. And that was kind of a nice thing, to have a 4-bike rack not making any noise, being able to still fold it up against the back of your vehicle, even with a spare tire, and not really have to worry about it. A lot of other racks I've had to use, I just have to leave them down on my Bronco just because the spare tire gets in the way. There's very few racks that'll fit. With that anti-rattle works amazing. No tools necessary for the installation on this rack. Really nice. Easy to take on and off. And with that, it gets you the clearance you need. Even for off-roaders like me who take some of the paths less traveled, the way this rack is designed, it kind of steps itself up. So the first platform is kind of here, and then it kind of steps itself up to the second platform, putting it a little bit higher than the first one, which really sets your departure angle a little bit better. A 4-bike rack is big. That's kind of what I've said multiple times. If you've never seen a 4-bike rack in person, 4-bike racks get big. especially these tray styles, and having it up just that little bit for a little bit extra clearance, it makes more of a difference than you would think. I've scraped most bike racks in my driveway just getting out, and I don't even have that steep of a driveway. This guy, no issues at all. So, big thank you to Saris for sending out their SuperClamp rack here so I could test it out, show you guys a very cool rack with something I've never shown before on the channel, and show you guys what my new favorite rack is, what the best rack that I have ever reviewed is, the SuperClamp right here. If you guys are interested in checking one out for yourselves, there's going to be a link in the description down below. Go give Saris some love, appreciate them. Also, a big thanks to Kiwanis and Sparks Nevada for being awesome people, being a great organization that gets these bikes back out into the hands of people that could actually use them. Big thanks to them. If you want to learn more about Kiwanis and Sparks, there's going to be a link in the description down for them as well. If you guys enjoyed the video, or maybe you found it entertaining, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.